Alright, hello gamers, welcome back to the show. Let's just jump right into it today. Mukluk here, and we are jumping back into Shape Hero Factory. Last time we reached what appeared to be like the first version of the final boss, but was not able to beat it, and we are going to try to do that again this time. Let's see, I already spent... Yeah, we already spent all the arcane knowledge we got. So, keep that. I'm going to stay on this character. After having tried both characters, I feel like this one fits my playstyle much better. And, let's see, start incursion. We're going to use free control mode that lets us copy-paste stuff. And that's it. Let's jump right into it. Hey, thank you, Stormheart.
Good morning, Mukluk. Hope you are well.
I am well. Thank you, Stormheart. Appreciate you. Let's see. We can start with Shield Bearer or Pikeman. Alright, I'll start with Shield Bearer. Special Research Tree. Recycle Tech. Place recycling bins on the canvas and motifs and ink used in production will be collected every so often and made available for reuse from the recycling center. Recycling bins on the canvas and motifs and ink used in production will be collected every so often and made available for reuse from the recycling center. Okay. New research tree. Transfer tech, minion production. Both of these are fantastic. Start with minions. Feared Fox, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you, Fox. Okay, so go ahead and pause it. Alright, we need to feed stuff in there. There's the portal. We need access to... Alright. Wow, things are pretty spread out here. Alright, circles and triangles here is what makes the basic dudes. So, let's get that set up. Since it's paused, we can move things around as needed. Let's put that there, just to get things set up. And... how do I want to do this? So we want to be able to copy paste it. And then over here... This is why I kinda wish I could, reuse my blueprints from previous things. Because it does not let me do that. Okay, be something like that. Alright, so with this, I would be able to copy and paste it multiple times. Oh, but we also need to be able to get it to the portal. There we go. Let's see, and we also need extra stuff to go down there to the excess thing. But that's not something we're going to be able to do yet. Rip a Mistring 3000 wants to say congrats, you deserve the success. Thank you, Anaya. Yeah, that was Tuesday before last. We had a big old party. Yeah, we did a 12-hour stream, tons of giveaways. I was here a few days before, then I was out and about during. Understandable. Alright. This one should be a non-issue, so we'll just blast through this real quick. Alright, level 1, easy peasy. Pick a location on the map. We need to go through this green thing, so we're gonna go down. Obtain hero recipe. Spearman. Okay, let's get gems so we can make more stuff. Alright, let's change this so it's scalable. Okay, there that goes. Okay, don't have enough to copy that, I guess. That's going just fine. Alright, now if we add... I believe square added to them will make shield guys? Yeah, it's hero plus shield is shield guy. Okay, so... we need to reverse how this is set up. Wait, can we move this stuff closer together? I think we can. Hang on. Try something here. Yeah, I should be able to do this. Okay, so let me move this stuff. It's gonna be a bit of a mess for just a second. Alright, Copy. Do that. Alright, that's 4. Alright. And then... let's test this out. Alright, so we found a way to make it... oh. There we go. We found a way to make it more condensed. Let's see, for now we can also do that. Okay, so squares, if we want to copy the same assembly. Let's see. Copy that. How to set this up. Wish I could flip it, but it doesn't let me do that. Alright, squares. There's only one spot we can get squares from, which is up there. Alright, let's try this. But we're gonna have to flip some stuff. Okay. So, do that for now. And... okay, with that, then we've got dudes going in there. But we need the squares to come down from above. Do that. You could leave one space between the sets so you could take a full conveyor down. Yeah, I'm trying to... I think this line here is going to need to get flipped. So... let's see. Okay, and then... yeah, I don't have enough. I need a little bit more money. How much does this cost? 35. Okay. With that, we're starting to get shield guys. Alright, easy peasy. And we need the green, which means we're going to have to deal with this optional boss. General ink converter, eliminating loss during conversion. Level up rewards can be selected twice. XP required to level up increased by 80%. For every 4 consumed, gain 1 red. Red cannot be obtained from mini-boss rewards. Huh. Level up rewards can be selected twice, but XP required to level is 80%. Let's try that. Stick the 2 green. Okay, pause. Oh, shoot. Let me see. Oh, I see the problem. That should be there. Okay, does that fix it? Okay, there we go. So those are both working now. Alright, do I have any research stuff that I can get right now? Obtain the recycling center and unlock recycling bins. Let's see, unlock shredder, can discard anything. Fixed XP is gained when items are discarded. Recycling efficiency plus 25%. Add a random motif source, randomly produces stuff. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, 85 gems left, not a lot remaining. Okay, and what we are gonna want is excess stuff goes into that thing and start feeding that. Let's get gems so we can keep making things. Oh, that's right, I can get 2 things, I forgot. Okay, square output. Increase square output. Okay, at this point, we are not getting enough circles up here to keep that busy. There's moments where all of them are busy. Not enough gems. So we got starter here, defensive hero, where's high DPS hero? Shield guy I actually find to be great at that. But I guess that might be the spear guy, which got the recipe for, just haven't started making those yet. Alright, just cranking the speed up, and just gonna funnel damage into this thing. Don't know if we're gonna be able to kill it or not. Nope, I held it back. Gain recovery during break, or create parallel canvases to boost their speed. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I'll take that and we'll see if we can try it. Research tree, pipe infrastructure, duplication tech. Let's get that. Eureka. Take the 2 green. Okay. Let's pause. Oh, we have statue of unit. I forgot about these. Let's see. Ah, noises! That's the wrong thing. Hi, Eternal. Alright, there we go. So it's making duplicate shield guys now. Alright. Need to put this hero statue to use that's making free units. And the units cannot go out to that thing, because they will not get used up. So... we need a split thing here. Before the hero statue... or, yeah, before the statue, we need a split thing. Be something like that. And then... we would say prefer to send things out 1, but if 1 is full, it sends out to 2. What's going on here? Wait, why is this not... hold on, what? Oh. Oh my god, I never checked that. Wow, that wasn't doing anything. That's rough. Okay. Alright, something like that. And then this up here needs to not be there anymore. Okay. And then... where's that statue? That is... not working. Crap. Can you duplicate it to allow it to be sent to the portal? Duplicate what? Can it be duplicated or remove the restriction? I don't think so. I've never tried that. Dang it. This did not work the way I was hoping it would just put stuff into the track, but that's not working. Now I wish I had rotated it. Okay, let's see if I can come up with a fix for this. Okay, I think that will allow... Is this moving slowly? Yes, okay, there we go. Statues are on the track now. Alright, so that works. That kind of made it more of a mess, but it's functional. Alright. Let's do this, this... That's... Okay, there's more shield guys. Alright, can we get faster belts? Do I have any more copy machines? No, I don't. Where's the belts? There they are. See, got a few more gems still. Am I making enough squares to keep everyone busy? Yeah, just barely. Alright. Are we using all the triangles and circles? There's not like a bunch backed up, so kind of. That's new. It says you can hold while replacing with a higher tier belt. Wait, it did? I didn't see that. I'll try that again after the next one. Okay. And we need to do the magic rune thing. Gate is full health. Upgrade a recipe. Could get another statue of a unit. Stamina +3. Obtain statue of pikeman. Obtain statue of shield bearer. Get the Statue of Pikemen. It'll be useful once we get to heavy infantry. Alright, let's get some gems, and then increase... What are the outputs? Okay. What was the thing you were saying? Left-click drag continuously, or shift drag for straight placement. I don't really see a difference between them. Okay. So, what do we got here? It says hold to replace all. Where? Sorry, where does it say hold to replace all? Where do you see that? Left-click drag continuously. Shift left-click drag straight replacement. Upgraded conveyor belt capable of carrying any and all things. Oh, it does it on connected belt. Okay, I see it. Cool. Alright, interesting. Does it do it through... Okay, so it just does it until it hits a non-belt thing. Interesting. Got it. Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks for pointing that out. Let's see. Shield guy. Yeah, I don't really get the recycling center. Motifs and ink collected in recycling bins are sent here. Equipment that regularly collects a certain number of motifs and ink used for production when placed adjacent to a canvas. Oh, okay. Well, the way that my stuff is set up right now, there's not room adjacent to the canvases. Unless I just move everything. Which I can do, would be costly. Let me see. Hang on. Alright, so it's right there. So if I say move it there... Okay, so now there's space next to the canvas. Let's see. Thing is that this recycling center is going to make all kinds of random stuff. So... Wait, for now, I guess we could just have it feed directly into this thing. Let's see if this works. It's not doing anything right now. Not sure how long that might take to kick in. Oh, there it goes. I just saw it make a few things. Okay, so it's starting to make some free things now. Okay. Let's do that. Hey, Neo. We could use more square output. is this thing going? Still needs quite a bit. You broke your circles. I did break my circles. Thank you. I would have noticed it eventually, but you saved me a lot of times. Eventually, I would have been like, where the hell's my circles? We've got these here, which is more circle production. One thing I've noticed is it seems there's only so many shield positions, and once they're all filled, it doesn't spawn more shield guys until, like, one of them dies. Alright, we got that rune. Research costs reduced by 1 green. Plus 7 mana gained after... Oh, this gives a lot of crafting stuff. I've got that before. Super Motif Maker. Let's get that. First thing we're going to do is put that on the square production, because we need more squares. Gates full health. Hero, recipe, heavy infantry. Perfect. There's more squares to the left and to the right, along with various half shapes, which we might be able to use for spear production without having to do scissors. Well, we would need triangles over the top. Well, no, I think we could make do with this. Alright. Hey, all. Hey, goddess. Alright, so... That's going to be so many circles there. Okay, let's see. The upgraded motif makers. Where's that? Oh, wait, hold on. Do I have to research it? Super motif maker. There we go. Alright, put it on the squares first. How much are these? 180? Alright, triangles. We'll do the rest later. Okay. Alright, so heavy infantry is the next thing. I got all this space over here. So I think what I want to do now is we're gonna flip this track to go the other way. Alright. We're gonna have to move the copy machine as well once that's done. Alright. And then we want to set up a track for heavy infantry, which is spearmen plus shield guys. We have... Do we have the recipe for spear guys? We do. We have to make spears, then combine it. Now we do have a spear statue, so we can get that going faster. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so... let's copy-paste this setup and see what we can do with this. Yeah, to really be able to use the output from the recycling center, we would need sorters, like things where you could say triangles go left, everything else goes right, things like that. But I don't think I have those right now. So for now, I think it's just best to feed it all into this thing. All right. All right. So shield guys are going to. Need to flip this. Alright, so shield guys go in there. And spear guys... be like that. Yeah, that's doable. Alright, so spear guys would go on this line. Let's try to not muck this up this time. Okay, so there comes the heavy infantry. So as soon as this is done making the current copy... Alright, there we go. We are going to work on copying the heavy infantry. And do a splitter and tell it prefer to output in 1 when possible. And then extra go there. Okay, so now that all this is done... You know what? I don't know that the recycling center is going to do anything here. Because it's only for shapes, and there's no shapes going into this thing. So we can change this. Okay. Wait, something's wrong. Why are these guys not working? Why are they not working? They're getting squares. There's heroes right there. Is it the outputs? There. Okay. Okay, that's fixed. And Spearman Belt wasn't going. There we go. Okay. Alright, that's fixed. Alright. Not sure how many spearmen, or how many of these things can be run off of one spearman statue. Okay, to make more spearmen, we need to take this and combine it with triangles. And triangle belt is over here. Did I already upgrade these? Yeah, those are super motif makers. So I need to run this triangle belt around. I think that's the only source of triangles I've got, other than recycling stuff. I don't think we're going to use these very fast, so I'll put one motif guy there for now. And then we'll have a... Oh, I'm not going to have enough money to copy that right now. Alright, how many heavy infantry do I got? I made 20, apparently. Nice, didn't take any damage, good. Got an extra $182 because of the relic we picked earlier. Alright, Jim's recipe, that adds a boss to the next battle. But we get another hero recipe. Let's do that. I think we can do that. Mage is super helpful. Okay, another statue of a pikeman would be super helpful, but so would Mage. Actually, Mage uses up triangles, and we're pretty short on triangles right now, so we'll take the pikeman statue. Star, I guess? Star motif source? Okay. So... triangle output. Alright, pause. So we have another one of these. And... do that. Okay. The Great Triangle Shortage of 2026. Yep. Okay, how to set this up. Copy this. Alright, we're gonna do this, but then we're gonna turn it around. Actually, no, hang on. And... that could be closer together. Okay, I think that works. Oh, we want room for recycling. Because we could do recycling with this one. Where is it? Right here. Okay. So, these things... take that, move it there. Okay. And then... yeah. There. Okay, and then the triangles here are gonna come down this way. So I need to... I need to move some stuff. Okay. That should make spears. Okay. Alright, now the question is how we need to combine the dudes with the spear guys. So our dudes are way over here, and they get dropped off right there. Let's see, spear guys, there's not going to be any recyclables from spear guy output. So, it'd be something like this setup here. I need to move all the spear production up. Alright, let's just use the move command. And move it like way up here. And that gives us some more space. Alright, and then the setup that we used for making the shield guys should be usable for making the spears. So we need spears plus the dudes. The dudes are over there, spears are over there. Question is space right now. Can move the recycling center if needed. Okay, that gives us a little more space on this side. Additionally, this thing, move that there. That gives us a little more space too. All right. I wonder if you do a move command, I wonder if it saves progress on something that was like half built. I think it might, because this thing still has the image of the heavy infantry copying. It's worth knowing if so. Don't forget to leave space for snack tables. I could use the move command if I need to make space for those, but I don't, because we don't get the same researches on every run, and I don't have that right now. Does the copier need an output belt? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. And spear stuff. Alright, let's copy this for like the 14th time. Alright, so there's dudes there, and there's spears coming from up there. Thing is that, like, the spears are going to need to go up on that belt up there. If we successfully make the spearmen, the output belt needs to go up there above the heavy infantry stuff. I might have to do this one from scratch. Alright, so let's just say that's the output belt for spears. Okay. So then something like that. And then the go out like that. And... this is a very enjoyable game. Really wish it had a blueprint system where, like, when you make something that's really nice, that you could save it and then use it on future runs. Oh, we're out of money. Rip. Alright, let's... alright, there we go. So, spear guys come out here, and then spears and dudes need to go in these. Did I research teleporters this time? No, I didn't. Okay. So there's spears. How's this thing doing? 539. Not great. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot that we did like a boss flower thing. I just realized that there's like no way we're going to kill these things because the heavy infantry don't go out that far. We need spearmen or horses or something to reach them out there. Double bridge conveyor distance. Forces level up 1 rank when obtained. New Guild Wars 3 article is up. Oh yeah? Let's take a look. Playable species spotlight the Kodan. Ooh, nice. We will read that in its entirety near the end. Thank you for the heads up. Let's see. That is a shop. I think I want to go to the shop. Motif conversion tech. Upgrade mixer. Do conversion tech. We will want wizards. I can't do much with them now. Alright, so, pause. Alright, we've got our spear guys. So at this point, what we need is a split, and the split to say favor output 1. But if output 1's full, send them through the portal. Alright, so now we can produce spear guys, and they will help produce heavy infantry as it's possible. Alright, so with that... Alright, does that all work? Oh, this is wrong. Alright, there's more spearmen. This is giving me Maple Story vibes. Maple Story? Isn't that more like an MMO? I've seen others play it. It never really got me to try it. Or what's going on here? We're short on triangles. Super Motif Maker. Where was... Let's see. Mega Motif Maker. And then what was that last one? All Motif Maker production plus 25%. Hell yeah. Oh, unlock everything on one research tree. Oh, I just got an achievement, chat. Alright, where is... Alright, Mega Motif Maker. Yeah, I think it's just we're using too many triangles in this section, making the guys, and just not very many make it to the spears. But it does seem to be enough to keep them busy, at least. More triangle production would be nice. Let's see. Unlock Shredder. Recycling efficiency. I don't have any more red knowledge. Can do another copy machine. Acquire color copier technology. Heroes produced with a copy machine are treated as regular heroes. Wait, what? Are they not treated as regular heroes already? Alright, I'll get another copy machine. Do that. Why is time for the GW3 video? Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, 1 and 1. Okay. How's this thing going? Oh, it's not even halfway. I gotta get more stuff feeding into that. maximum game speed. Nice. Mixer efficiency, I'm not using mixers. Each time you visit the shop, you can strengthen motif output once for free. Okay. Muk, since you are a popular MMO streamer, what would you say to trying out different MMOs for 1 week in the AM streams? I mean, there's been nothing holding me back from trying MMOs I want to play. It's just like, for example, in the past on stream, we have tried Elder Scrolls Online, we've tried Final Fantasy XIV. They just did not keep my attention. What is this guy? Druid. Wizard plus green. I've never had this unit. I don't know what he does. Recovers stamina of the hero with the lowest stamina. Keystone. Gold membership card. Gain the same amount of green when acquiring red. Try the druid. Get the horse. Obtain statue of mage, horse, or unit. Units? You know, I got that upgrade a minute ago that was like each time you visit a shop, you get a free upgrade. I think I had to click something for that free upgrade and I missed it. Because right as I left the shop, I was like, wait a minute, I don't think I got that. Alright, let's see. Merge. Alright, these are shapes I'm not currently using, so we're just going to funnel those into this thing. Actually, you know what? Hang on. There we go. Also, I would say for most MMOs, I don't know if a week is enough time to, like, really give them a fair try. You know, the whole meme of it gets good after 100 hours. Let's see. Oh, we do have some minions. Pause. Where are those? Do I not? There they are. Okay. Alright, added some minions to the heavy infantry thing so that they produce faster. Upgrade outputs. Okay, we do have... I'm gonna have to point them the other way and then wrap it around. Okay. So now there's more square output being used. Hey, MuklukChat, hi, Blue. Okay, this is going up real fast now. Okay, I think we can increase shield guy production. Or not. Don't have enough money. But we've got the resources to add another row to the shield guys. Probably need to check your triangle output, because of the mergers. I mean, we're absolutely not producing enough triangles, but there's not a lot I can do about it right now. Unless I reduce how many, like if I get rid of one or two of the basic hero rows, then more triangles would make it around to the spear guys. Well, they're knocking the golem back. I don't know if we can kill it, though, before the timer runs out. All heroes and spells gain 1 attack. Sure. Elite minions or scroll expansion? Let's do scroll expansion. Maybe dedicate a motif for just spears? Maybe. Have to move some belts around for that. Light cavalry. Square. There's more triangles up there. Okay, this solves the triangle problem. That will take care of that. Mug, is this game worth the money? Is there depth here, replayability? There is replayability, yeah. It's kind of a roguelike. It's kind of like a roguelike Factorio. So you periodically, you win or lose and then start over. So it's definitely... Oh, nice. We just finished this thing. It's definitely got replayability for sure. Okay, so now everything going into this is just getting converted into energy. Alright, so copy that. Wait, what? Oh, it's because it's not paused. Okay. Yep, spear production's going up. I would like to increase spearmen production, but I might be able to fit one more in. Let's see if that works. You can fit another one if you flip the motif makers. But then we've got... After that, though, I'm unable to get the extra spearmen over here. Well, we'll just see how much spearmen it produces. Because if we're able to use all those spearmen up, then it doesn't matter. That one wasn't working. It's fixed now. Oh yeah, Kenobi, I just saw it before I saw your message. Alright, we do still have... So we got the horse recipe, a druid? Okay, so dudes plus triangle is mages, mage plus green is druid, and we've never tried those. I would like to. We've got excess triangles now. So... dudes? I could take this belt of excess heroes and feed it up this way to the green. And then I'd have everything I need up there. Okay. So... don't know if I have enough money for this. Dudes plus triangle. Alright, so triangles can be recycled, so we want to use the copy pasta with the... recycling? I want to be able to scale this, so... Okay, so that's get dudes, that's triangles, like that. Alright, and then mages should come out of that. Okay, yes, it is making mages. Good. And the next will be trying to combine them with the greens. And see how good druids feel. Perfect. Nothing got through. Okay. I think I've done all 3 of those. There's a shop there. Alright, let's go here and then we'll go toward the shop. Horse statue. That would make it easier to make the cavalry with the spearmen that we got. Let's try that. Okay. So. Okay, just watch this for a second. Okay, they're both making mages. So mages come out this belt. And then... we need another setup here that turns them into druids. Alright, so mages go in there. And then this input would be for green. And then druids come out of there. Alright, let's just watch for a moment and see if that works so far before I do anything else. Okay, it does. So we can squish this a bit. Nah, I might have to... I'm gonna have to put that back. We're gonna have to use the underground belt so that the pipe has room to go down and expand. Like that, I think. Okay, alright, they're both making druids. Now we gotta get them to the portal. What is the easiest way to do that? We're gonna have to move the copy machines. Alright, I'm gonna have to find a way. Let's see, take these, move them down here. Plug in that way. Okay, now the copy machines still are online. Okay. Don't forget the spearmen for the cavalry. Oh, I totally forgot that. Alright, we're getting druids for the very first time. Spearmen. Okay, that's right. We even have a horse statue. Alright, so Spearman here. I might be able to copy the heavy infantry setup again as well. Hang on. Not enough money. Alright, so yeah, Spearman. I could, like, fork it, and then underground up here, combined with horse statue, and then send it back down? Maybe? Man, I wish I had some teleporters right now. Like, just one teleporter would make a huge difference. Express conveyor. Another copy machine is an option. We can expand mage production. Forward to the right, merge the final product of the conveyor belts for Druid. Yeah, can do that. The question is, where do we set up the stations to combine the spearmen with the horses? Space. Like, each station is kind of like, you know, this width. So, question is, where do we do that? Like, I don't know that there's enough room up here to do that. Like, I could easily do it up here, but then, you know, long belts to get it back down. Hey, Bucket Chats. What's up, Crimson? I just realized there's 0 of the basic heroes going to the output now. But honestly, that's fine, because they're super weak at this point. Actually, what I could do... Hang on. I could do that, connect that, and then say favor going to the left. And then this way, excess can be thrown into the portal. I'm just gonna max speed it, because I don't have enough gems to make any more workstations right now. Let's see, mages are still piling up. Let's do gems and motif speed. Okay, so what the druids do is they just spawn in, and their attack simply rejuvenates one of your units so that they, like, they're fresh again and they don't despawn. So it's hard to say how useful they are. In theory, they let your strongest units stay on the field longer. In theory. Knight. Shield guy plus light cavalry. Okay. Alright. Someone suggested this, and I do like it. So, we're gonna do this. Say, favor belt 1. Then the extra spearmen go back here. Oh, hold on. Someone's calling my cell. I don't know you. Alright, there we go. Extra spearmen getting put to use. Oh, wait, what's happening here? That's not connected. Okay, one of the spearman canvases wasn't working. Okay. So, spearmen plus horses, and we've got a horse statue. Make light cavalry. Light cavalry plus shield guys make knights. So, this belt that's dumping the extra spear guys will need to get pulled out and sent somewhere to combine with the horse statue and use that to make the light cavalry. And then those will have to get combined with shield guys, which are over here currently. Man, I feel like I've done a good job making efficient use of space, but it's like, it's so packed in here, it's hard to figure out where to add more. Alright, spear guys plus horse statue. Let's do this. Alright, I'm gonna start building it up here, and then I can move it as needed. Alright, so horses would go there, spear eyes would go there. Now what I can do here okay. But this is going to have to get flipped. So let's make one of these that is backwards, basically. Okay, so spearmen are on that track, and then we need horses on this one. Horse could still come from top. What was the horse recipe? The half triangle plus the half square. I've got half square over here. I've got half triangles over here. So I could funnel those resources around to make additional horses. Statue could come from top? Yeah, it could. So if I wanted that to happen, it'd be like that. So spearmen coming from below and horses coming from above. And then the output would be here, which... Where's another belt that's like just going into the summoning thing? The druid? So I could potentially do that, and then merge it with the Druid Belt to get it to the summoning portal. Alright, and then horse statue.
Ajess raided my stream with 3 viewers.
Hello, Ajess, thank you. Appreciate that. Welcome. We're currently trying out Shape Hero Factory. It's a indie game that's like half Factorio and kind of half an auto battler. Okay. Let's run this belt here. And let's do that. Alright, we're gonna let it run for a minute and see if all that works. Don't you need to merge with shield dudes as well? That's later. Step 1 is getting the light cavalry done. I need to pause it. Copy. Okay, so I want to make sure that one produces too, make sure I didn't mess anything up. Okay, alright, so they are both producing light cavalry. Alright. I was doing Dungeon Keeper 1. Nice. I haven't played Dungeon Keeper, but I have played Dungeons, which I believe was modeled after that. Let's see. Doesn't the knight need a star? If it does, we've got a motif for that. Let me see. Hang on. Knight. Yeah, knight is light cavalry plus shield guy plus star. That is true. Oh yeah, that's that's gonna be a pain. That is going to be a pain. And the thing is, like, I've even considered the possibility of dismantling all of this to replace it with knight production, but the heavy infantry are still so good. Like, you don't want to stop using them when you get knights. You want to use both. If only there were sorters. There are, but it's kind of like a roguelike, so I haven't gotten any sorters this time. Mages. Alright. Light cavalry. How much is it to expand the scroll? 6. I'm 1 short. I would consider expanding the scroll, just to have more build area. So light cavalry, shield guys are down here, which currently are immediately fed into here. I could maybe have the shield guy belt go, like, underground and go up here. And do stuff with it up this way. And we can make... We've got a, one use of a star motif that can make stars anywhere. Let's see, if I do scroll expansion... Oh, I can't expand upward anymore. shoot. Alright. Let's go up there then. Alright, so light cavalry plus star. Oh, wait, do we even have the. I just realized a problem. To make knights, you need a canvas that can have 3 inputs. I don't have that. So I can't make knights right now. Okay, so this is a non-issue. Yeah, unfortunate. So we will have to do this differently. We can make more light cavalries, though. We've got the components down here. It's just a matter of belting them up. Okay, this is one of them. So say favor 2 when possible. And then the rectangles here. Let's shift this. Alright. Refusing 2 minion exports to then divide them. I'm not even sure which part you're talking about. Point it out to me and I'll tell you if I made a mistake or not. Bottom right. Oh, this? The motif? Yeah, I do that on purpose. It's so that both of them can help either belt. That's the reason I do that. So, like, if one belt is clogged, they're still running at double power on the other belt. I did do that on purpose. I could do a couple of horse production up here. I don't have really great choices. So these 2 belts here are needed to make horses. We just need space to set up the production. I could do maybe 2 set there. But or run it around the whole map, which is going to cost a lot more gems for belts. So let me see what we can do here. I think the recycling center copy paste is going to be the one to use. Okay, alright, hold on a sec. So it's gonna be kinda like that. But I think mirrored. Fortunately, the mirror thing doesn't work for... Alright, like that. And then inputs would be like that, I think. So there's input there and there. So that can stay as is. So... Alright. Not enough money. Alright. Let's see if that works. That should... Yeah, alright, it's making horses. I'm just watching the druids right now. Because the shield guys still, you notice that, like, there's not a full circle of them. The shield guys do still eventually tire out and despawn. Size of horse-type heroes plus 30%. Sure. So I guess that's bigger hitbox. Hero recipe upgrade. Another horse statue. Let's do that. Shop. Okay, so yeah, these are free, and I didn't realize last time that I could do that. Warlock would be very useful, but I don't think I have the space to do the production for it. I don't know. I've never used Unicorn, so I'll get that just to unlock the recipe. Okay. Alright, so then we got the horses up here. I'll feed into that. And then this I can copy. The game has to be paused to use copy. Alright. There we go. Alright. All that work to make it just right was so that I could copy, paste, paste, paste it. Yeah, I'm not sure how well the druids are working. I do not know. It's interesting that 2 druid canvases can keep up with 4 wizard canvases, though. Wait. Something's wrong. There we go. Okay. Spear production had stopped. Let's take a look at the unicorn. Unicorn requires a horn, which is triangle, plus red and green mixed. Oh gosh, what a pain. Okay, do I even have the stuff to do that? I can unlock a mixer. No, I can't actually. I don't have a green science. Okay, so I can't do that. There's red up there. I'm using green ink on druids. We do have oh, there's more green down there. Yeah, so we've got the materials needed if I had one more science. Alright. Max speed. There's nothing more I can do right now other than let it run. Boss battle. Oh, we're taking damage for the first time in this run so far. Oh, we're gonna die. Are we gonna die? Oh my god. Oh, 4 seconds left. RIP. Yeah, I don't think the druids are worth it. I couldn't really tell that they were doing anything. But we tried it out. Yeah, heavy infantry continues to be super good carry. Bummer. Where HP? It was in the top left. It's gone now. Alright. What did we unlock for that? Let's see. We got 46 research points. Could do starting mana. Reward hero free reloads. What does that mean, free reload? Add portal equipment. When expanding the scroll, portals will be placed in the expanded area with fixed probability. Maybe a reroll? Oh, like when you're looking at blueprint options, you can reroll it once, maybe? Cancel direct intervention. Lose your direct attack ability. That's when you click the mouse on enemies, but your recovery speed is increased. Let's take that. So we got 31 left. Start with 100 more mana. Start with 1 research point. Do the research point. Okay. Alright. So we're still in the same difficulty because did not beat the boss that time. Start with mages. Underground utilization tech. Don't really... I guess scissors. Yeah, increasing the efficiency of ink lines has not ever really been an issue. Okay, so we're starting with wizards, which is dude plus triangle. Circle plus triangle is dude. There's that. Have to move this a few times here. Why not pause timer? I thought it was paused. I wasn't thinking. Usually when I can see the whole factory, it's more obvious when it's stopped. I should have paused it. I hate that when you're moving stuff, you can't rotate it. Like, why? Why can I not rotate it when I'm moving it? Alright, do that. What? Oh, this thing is backwards, that's why. Thank you. Yeah, so far for level 1, I've not usually been able to do much besides just get 2 hero things set up. Alright. So I gave up the ability to click the mouse to do the little smite thing, so we got more income and trade for that. We need to go for that. Get the unit statue. Alright, so pause. So, we need to combine some of these guys with triangles to make mages. Let's see. Trying to decide where to do this. So, triangles are coming down this line right here. And then we're gonna have dudes right there. So we probably could make a setup here somewhere that could utilize both of that. I'm trying to, like, think ahead and think, like we're gonna need a lot of stuff feeding into that. We can fork, like, I could do, okay, I could fork a triangle path out here, and then have dudes and triangles on the same side, and then build the stuff down here. So it'd be like... something like that. The triangles go in there, guys go in there, wizards come out here. But we also have that statue that we just got, and we need to utilize this. think if I do that, I can. Alright, so there's statues going on that belt. This one, prioritize 2. And then it should use statues first for this stuff. And then the rest of the heroes will get spit out up there. Alright, so then we've got the triangle thing to deal with. And then we should have mages. Okay, that's working. Oh, I don't have enough gems. Alright, I was going to turn up the speed here, but I don't have enough gems for that. Have you gone over the blog yet? No, I'm going to do that near the end of the stream. Alright, one thing we can do... Wait, convert resources. Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna crank it up to max speed because there's nothing I can do to intervene. Okay, and we need to do that one. Ordeal of Wisdom. All scrolls are fully expanded. So the whole map opens up, but you cannot enhance motif output. Ooh. Ooh. Named enemy rewards are doubled, but twice as many named enemies appear in battle. A named battle always occurs after a safe zone. Motif output not necessary when you have multiple sources available. Well, true, but you will spend more money on belts, because you're going to have to make belts all over the place. But you know what? I'm okay with trying it. Oh, not enough to do that again. How much is it? Alright, we got mini mages. Oh, look at that. Oh man, if I get the production higher, we could just have like a whole ring of lightning around the base. Oh, we actually took a hit there. Yeah, last time at this point I had the ring of shield guys, so it was harder to take a hit. I still want the shield guys. I've tried the thieves, I've tried the archers, don't really care as much about them. But the shield guys have been my like heavy carry most of the time. Obtain a random hero statue or spell tablet. Let's see what we get. I guess that for the double reward. Transfer tech. Portals for when the base gets messy. Alright, pause. We got a wizard statue and a unit statue. How can we include... Okay. Alright. Let's do... Move this here. Move this here. How far can an underground belt go? You know what? Let's do that. Okay. Just keep an eye on this for a minute. Alright, so now we're getting twice as many of the statues. Alright. Oh, wait, this is the wrong thing. This needs to go up here. Right. Okay, more wizard production. Okay. There's more triangles over there. Okay, still no shield guys. I usually have shield guys at this point, which makes me slightly nervous, but we do have more firepower. But it just feels kind of RNG on whether or not we hit them, just because of the way the mages work. Alright, nice. No damage taken that time. Alright. Take the green. Obtain research tree to boost output or for convenience. I don't know. Convenience. I have never understood the point of inserters on this, because like in Factorio you need inserters to put things on and off belts, but in this game you don't need them, so it seems kind of weird. Lets you toggle the direction of 2 conveyor belts for easier arrangement. Let's try that. I've never seen this one. Okay, so still only have mages right now. Alright, I'm gonna do something here. Dang it. Okay. Alright, this will allow me to expand this mage production further over to the left. I love that this game does have a copy-paste in it, but the fact that you have to pause it each time you want to copy-paste is odd. Like this. Maybe engine limitation? Maybe. Do I have... what research? So I can get faster belts. Mass production conveyor. Same speed as express conveyor, the more it's used, the less mana it consumes. Portal... Unlock big divider. Evenly distributes objects taken in from 2 outputs into 4 directions. Reverse conveyor flips objects taken from 2 inputs. Minus consumption for all equipment unlocked in this tree. I'll get the belts, I guess. Oh, out of cash. How's this going? It's getting there. Going mage build this time? It's kind of a roguelike. It just depends on what the game offers me each time, and this time it offered me mages, so we're starting mages. So it just kind of happened that way. Honestly, I'd say I love the shield guys and the mages. The spear guys are okay, but the upgraded shield with spear guys are amazing. The archers and the thieves, I tried them and I didn't really like them. So I'm not opposed to heavy use of mages. Might need more circle. Okay, there's some more circles up there. Oh wait, I'm dumb. I still hadn't gotten everything from this one. I have no money. All right. I have no direct intervention, so let's just crank the speed and see what happens. Oh, I haven't seen that boss before. It's like a Beyblade. We did take a few hits there. Yeah, we might actually kill the boss. Look at its health. Eh. I wonder if you get a bonus if you kill the boss. Because you can beat the boss wave just by surviving till the timer runs out. Additional burn effect. All heroes and spells obtain XP 50% faster. Sure. Advanced canvases. Sure. I wonder if advanced canvases is the canvas with 3 inputs, or if it is simply the, what is this? Obtain. Shield guy, for sure. I wonder if it's just faster ones. I can't unlock any more scrolls. We're already at max. Alright. So, there's canvases. Okay, so it's just faster ones. I'll go ahead and get that, though. Alright, so shield guys. Shield guys is dudes plus squares. I believe. I'm gonna double check. Yes. Yes, it is. So, squares. There's a bunch up here. I was just feeding into that thing. And there's some there. Okay. Okay, that would be squares, and then... that would be dudes. Let's check that. Okay, they're making shields now. Alright, so output... Let's change... Oh, nice, you don't have... I did not realize that you did... Shoot, how can I say this? I did not realize that you could change the... flip the output horizontally or vertically without having to, like, take the thing apart. Okay. So now... Need to watch and see if these both go out properly. Yes, yes they do. Okay, good. All right. Not enough money. I have to do this piece by piece and see when we get enough. Oh, now I should have enough. Okay, let's see how that goes. Is it always random roguelike, or does it have a campaign mode to set scenarios too? The main game mode I've played so far is Incursion, which is this thing where you're going deeper and deeper into this magical book. And it has some things, like, it's in between your attempts, you get a currency that you can spend to, like, always start with one statue, or always start with this one specific upgrade. So there are a few things you can unlock that are like permanent upgrades, but a lot of the stuff is kind of random as you play it. So it does look like we're using all of the heroes, the basic ones, because none are going out on the belt. So we need to increase production of those. Oh, I just realized that other circle belt I never connected, because I got interrupted by the boss battle last time. Alright, shield guys plus wizards should be really solid. I don't anticipate taking damage on this one. Nice. Okay, so top or bottom? Get another unit statue. Shield bearer. Area of effect plus 20%. Alright, let's do that. I've never upgraded the mage 4, I don't think. Okay, so circles. That is what was supposed to be done there. think I actually need to do something. Try this. That way more triangles go up there. You had the better canvas unlocked as well? Yeah, you're right. I can't do that. Wait, what is this? Mining site. By offering a certain number of heroes or spells, you could obtain the corresponding hero statue or spell tablet. The required number increases each time you obtain one. Huh. There's certainly a temptation to do that with basic heroes. Let's see, how's this thing going? Oh, it's almost done, nice. Okay. Let's see. Super canvas. Hold on, what is the... Oh, it's 50% faster. Okay. I like how when you mouse over a lower level canvas to put down the super canvas, it automatically turns it and gets the orientation correct to match the one that it's upgrading. That's nice. Need the power of donuts? Yeah, we don't have the donut research at the moment. So there's more triangles there. I can move those around and combine those with the other one. Oh, there's some up here too. Alright, there we go. Oh, we've got a bit of a clog down here. We might not have been making mages at max capacity because of that. Should be fixed now, though. Alright. The mages plus shield wall. Why are all the mages at the top? Okay, that was kind of scary. There was no mages down here for a very long time. I wonder, when it spawns the mages, is it just completely RNG? Like, what side they appear on? I felt like we had like 10 seconds of bad RNG and they all were on the top right side and none on the bottom left. Unlock more research when you obtain a research tree. Sure. Go there and then might hit the fire after. Parts production. Improve parts production capability, increase production speed, and gain additional products from parts. Okay. 70% chance of both? Nice. Okay. Alright. What now? What's now? Could do super canvases down where the mages are. Okay. What do we have here? Anything useful? I'm not really using parts at the moment. No, I don't think I need anything in there right now. Could... Hang on. Okay. Alright, I was able to squeeze one more hero maker in there. Portals are nice. Yeah, I don't need them yet. Oh, there we go. That just finished. I don't need them yet, but yes, I agree with you. Alright, so at this point, I think we don't need that path right there. Because I think every single basic hero is getting turned into something. Hey, MuklukYoutube dropped another blog post. I'm under strict contract to not read it until I watch a video of you reading it. Yeah, probably in like 10 minutes or so, we're going to go to the Guild Wars section and we're going to check that out. Yeah, I don't like to, if I'm doing a morning stream of a certain game, I don't like to like take a chunk out of the middle of that game time to do something else and then come back to the game. So what I usually do is wait till near the end and then swap over. New race blog? Yeah, this one's on the Coden. Duh, bears. Duh, bears. Okay. Oh, there is actually a cog here. Let's see, yeah, these guys back here, they're clogged up right now. Do I have research for like faster splitters and dividers? No, I do not. I do not. I might need to... Let's do that. And favor output 2. Those. Alright, so now more squares are going into production, and only spillover will go into the altar to get burned. Still a clog back here. Alright, so I might need to reconnect this. Oh, wait, hold on a sec. That is... Shoot. Alright, Do that, and then this needs to favor output 2. Alright, there. Okay. Better to have some heroes get thrown out the portal rather than just have them sit there and not do anything. Dang, taking some hits. Yeah, the mages, there's just so much RNG with, like, it's like where it puts them seems to be completely random. When they get Gates hit points is 30 or lower, all heroes' battle deployment speed is increased. I think we will go through the rest. Repair the gate. Someone mentioned you might need more triangles for mages. All the canvases are running, so I think it's okay. I've only seen a bit of this. Is this like Tower Defense Factorio? Yeah, so it's like, the more you're producing little hand-drawn heroes, and the heroes go into the portal, which sends them off to battle. The more heroes that you produce, the faster that they produce during the battle. So for example, I've made 90 shield guys, so right now it's every 1.67 seconds in battle, I get a shield guy. And you see the more you produce, the shorter that delay becomes. So half of the game is how well can you Factorio, and the other half is kind of an auto-battler using all of the troops that you were able to send to the battle. Okay. Alright, so there's more triangle producers. Let's watch this for a moment, make sure these two turn on. Yep, okay, good. Yeah, we don't have any more higher tier stuff yet. We need to get another recipe. Do you have to get upgraded units from stage rewards? Yeah, you periodically, when you're on the map thing, it will, you'll get schematics, and you can, for example, get, like, if you get the shield hero schematic an additional time, the shield heroes will become a little better, or you might get a completely new one. Like, for example, I know from previous runs that shield guy plus spear guy is heavy infantry, which is really good. So if I can get the spear guy schematic, I can make spearmen, but then if I get the heavy infantry schematic, I can combine them. So there's a bit of randomness to it, but like it'll offer you 3 random blueprints and you pick one. So your runs are not usually the same between them. Realize this right here is doing nothing. Oh, wait. Oh, it's sending statues out the portal. Hold on a second. That's not good. Statues don't do anything when they go out the portal. Okay, favor path 2. Alright, that should fix that issue. Alright, turning up the game speed. Boss battle. Okay, so these bosses sit at ranged, and all the units that we're mass producing just guard the portal, so we're never gonna kill those bosses. They're just gonna be shooting us the whole time. Luckily, their attack doesn't, like, guaranteed hit the crystal. It, can be body blocked. So we just gotta hope that the shield guys can hold the line until the timer runs out. It's looking okay. I think I heard it get dinked like one time. Yeah, Wizards did 7,400 damage, shield guys did 700, but they held the line. Attack area plus 30% for heroes and spells with special trait magic. Size yourselves gain size 50%. Let's do Monocle. See, advanced dropper, advanced dupli canvas, elite minion recruitment. Let's get dupli canvas. That allows you to make basically factories that accept 3 inputs, so certain things require that. Add to my wish list. It's got a free demo where you can play like the first hour or so if you are interested on Steam. Okay, so see, I get a choice: heal the gate, get a new recipe, or upgrade an old recipe. So I'm gonna say obtain and hope for something good. So we got spear guy, warlock, and archer. Warlock is very good. It's kind of a pain to produce, but we've got a lot of room on the map right now. So I'll take the Warlock. And I could expand the map, but it's already maxed out at the moment. Okay. So we'll pause and just look at the research tree here. So here's Warlock. Takes Mage and a Magic Wand. The Magic Wand is made with a triangle and an orb, and the orb is made with a circle plus blue ink. So we will need to locate that stuff. Looking for blue. Okay, so there's some blue way up there. That's not convenient. Is there any others? Looks like that's the only blue. Okay, so we would take that blue, and actually there's a bunch of triangles right here. Oh no, we need blue with circles. Okay. So combine blue with circles, and then combine that output with triangle, and then combine that output with these mages. So, it'll take a few steps, but the warlocks are very strong. But what we are going to do, chat, because we are about out of time, we're going to save it here and go check out the Guild Wars news, and we will pick it up from this spot next time. All right. So let me close that down, and let me check out this blog, friends. Let me check this out. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the patron sound effects, because Nogdog likes to interrupt me, and pause the alerts, and we are going to go into the Guild Wars section real quick and cover this news, and I'm going to do this into YouTube mode, and let's see, new Guild Wars 3 news. Change the stream title so that it makes sense, so it doesn't say I'm playing Shape Hero Factory while I am in the Guild Wars section. And, okay, cool, think we're good. All right, so chat, I'm gonna go into YouTube mode, and let's check this out. All right, hello Guild Wars gamers, Mukluk here. We've got some new Guild Wars news today, referring to Guild Wars 3. They've got another blog post out highlighting the upcoming playable species, the Coden. So if you missed the previous news, Guild Wars 3 is going to be launching with 4 playable races, and they have said that they are leaving themselves open to be able to add more races in the future. The races that we are getting at the launch of Guild Wars 3 is Human, Asura, Coden, and one that we do not know yet, that they have not told us. But they said it was going to be new, so I believe it is not going to be something that we know of already, like a Char, Sylvari, a Dwarf, a Largos. I think it's going to be something that we've never heard of in Tyria, and they're just expanding the script a bit. So today's focus is on the bears. Let's jump into it. Greetings, good people of Tyria. I'm Aaron Amschlinger of ArenaNet's narrative team. As part of our series on the playable species of Guild Wars 3, we're going deep on a species whose outsized presence in our announcement trailer at Summer Games Fest may have caught your notice. Tyria's much beloved bearkin, the Coden. While longtime Guild Wars 2 players may be well acquainted with the headstrong forebears on the Isle of Janthier, the Coden of the Orion Golden Age are a unique case in the history of the species, a population called south to the wilds of Or, prompting a resurgence of belief in an otherwise faithless people. As you set paw onto Orion's soil, you shall begin your own journey, one that's sure to be retold by the fireside. So, a quick pause there. The Coden that we know of in Guild Wars 2, there's the ones that are like polar bear themed, and they are way up in the north in like the Shiver Peaks near the area where the Norns reside. Those ones in the lore, similar to the Norns, were driven south when Jormag woke up and started like super blizzarding everything up there. So they had to retreat from the lands where Jormag was, bringing them further southward, just like the Norns. The other Coden that we've met are the ones in Janthier, which are the lowland Coden, and they're the ones that are like kind of like brown bears in appearance, and they talk very slowly, and they were a big focus of the Janthier Wilds expansion. So these ones, back when I did a video where I was just speculating on what races and classes we would get in Guild Wars 3, I actually said that I was like, we know that lore-wise Coden did exist during this time period, but I don't think they're going to be there because none of them are as far south as Or. So this surprised me because I didn't think that they would go this route. So they just like, yeah, there's this other group of Coden that were in Or and you just didn't know about it. I'm like, okay. Heeding the voice or embracing the silence. Originating in the far Shiver Peaks, the Coden are, broadly speaking, a culture defined by their faith. Coden worship Coda, the creator, a deity they believe to be the sole fashioner of Tyria and all the natural and magical life that inhabits it. Devoting the whole of their civilizational effort in service of this creator, the Coden are among the most capable fighters on Tyria. Ferocious, intelligent, and driven by unshakable conviction. Per their belief, a direct connection exists between Coda and a blessed few among his tribes or followers, called voices, chosen tributes attuned to the mind, thoughts, and will of their creator. It's very shamanic. The voices for each tribe are kind of like shamans. Guided by these people, the Coden interpret the will of their god as a mission for the whole of their people. The duty to watch over all of Tyria and foster an enduring balance in the natural harmonies of the world. This connection is an almost universal feature of Coden settlements across Tyria, with one notable exception, the Bearkin of the Isles of Janthier. Featured prominently in Guild Wars 2 Janthier Wilds, the Coden of Janthier were brought to those fabled lands as a result of a notorious voice who abandoned her calling and rejected Coda. This population of Coden would endure for centuries, carving out a new way of life unburdened by the faith that defined the contemporaries they left behind. But as any Coden who has heard it themselves can tell you, the call of their god is powerful and compelling, even and eventually, perhaps especially, amongst those who refuse to listen to it. A stirring, a flash, and a long journey. Echoing across Janthier, the call went mostly unheard by the Coden who dwelled there, save for a chosen few. Steeped in a culture that roundly rejected the will of Coda and was fearful of ostracization, sorry, struggled with that word. Those who experienced this sudden and jarring renewed connection largely kept it to themselves, whispering of it only behind closed doors with those who had felt it too, an inexplicable pull toward a far-flung and mythic land called Or, a sense that some duty awaited them there. Many who felt this stirring refused to believe it was real at all until the motions of the world confirmed it for them, with news of a great calamity erupting in Or's Tugra Basin. The disaster was so mythic in scale that it prompted the renewed faithful among the Janthier Coden to publicly attest to their experience despite the risk. Coda's will was not only real, they claimed, but clearly apparent, a call to the faithless of Janthier to renew their conviction in service of the natural balance of the world needed nowhere more than the storied lands of Or. This proved to be a catalyst for yet another schism among the Bearkin. Refusing to let their divine call to action go unanswered, those who heard Coda's beckon began a second migration, flanked by those inspired to follow. Those chosen few formed the first seeds of Codan settlements in Or, your forebears, nice, as a Codan player in Guild Wars 3. The Orion Codan and the Veil. The first of the southbound Codan reached Or over 100 years before the start of Guild Wars 3. They felt an immediate conviction that they had arrived at their destination. They sensed a land ailing the way one smells sickness in a loved one long before it's spoken of. A palpable pain radiating from the natural magical world. But what was its cause? As the Codan continued their exploration of the region, the environment exuded something else entirely. Beauty. Surrounded by the majesties of the Veil, the range of breathtaking magical creatures that lived in Or, the arriving Codan were certain that they had interpreted Coda's call correctly, and that his will was to see this land healed and protected. This certainly prompted the founding of a permanent settlement in northwestern Or. The Orion Codan felt an immediate kinship with the Veil Wardens, still young in their mission to protect the Veil's magical creatures, but that sense of fraternity was not immediately returned. Fresh off their originating tragedy and highly insular, the Order was not trusting of outsiders and refused to open their ranks to the Codan or anybody else for many years. Though early friction and clashes led some among the Codan to doubt the call that brought them to Or, the ethos they shared with the Veil Wardens would over time grow into one of the Order of the Veil's deepest and most enduring alliances. Just kind of taking that in for a second there. So they're saying the Codan were there for 100 years before Guild Wars 3 starts. So they've probably already got like established towns, villages, maybe cities. You know, they're probably not going to be like living in tents. We're probably going to see some architecture from them. Wondering if it's going to look similar to what we saw in Janthier or if they're going to, go a different way with it. It wouldn't be unusual for the structures to look similar to what we saw in Janthier, since they're, kind of a branch off of that. But then again, it was also 1,000 years before we met the ones in Janthier. Maybe their architecture was different back then. I don't know. The Orion Codan of today. A century deep into the grand experiment to reclaim their connection to Coda, the Orion Codan find themselves at a fork in their path. The Veil Warden's mission is faltering. The conviction that carried their forebears south is dwindling with each passing generation. I'm imagining the writer that wrote this, each time they write forebear, they're just like giggling to themselves constantly. And all the while, the world around them is rapidly changing, the natural balance they were called to protect crushed beneath the wheels of progress. So, when the long insular Order of the Veil at last opened its ranks and began to recruit, the Codan were, of course, among the first to answer. As a Codan player, you are one of them, swearing yourself to the Veil Warden's banner as your own interpretation of Coda's will. Your forebears came to this land to carry out their divinely appointed duty as Tyria's guardians. Devoting your life to the Order is your way of picking up their torch. How you fill your duty to the Guild is as unique as the Wardens who make up its ranks. And here we find ourselves. As one attuned to nature, you know well that change is the only constant. The Or of today is not the Or of your forebears. Though many Codan have long kept to the first and only major settlement, a whole world awaits beyond its bounds. A bustling intersection of old and new, progress and tradition, where guilds abound and a mosaic of ideologies, species, and histories collide. Many a Bearkin before you has left the confines of the Northwest for reasons economic, spiritual, or personal. Whatever your own beliefs, your dedication as a Codan of the Order of the Veil comes first. Protect the spirits in the land they call home. Everything else is secondary, but be wise, the company you keep has a way of keeping you. Like Or itself, you stand at the meeting place of history and possibility. Go forth, Cub, Or awaits. Lot to unpack there. Pretty interesting stuff. So we know more about how the Codan got there in the first place. We know how long they have been there. We know that the reason that they're there is because that silent inner calling that they feel, the pull of Coda, led them there. I like the idea of the writing of, for many years, some individuals felt it, but they were like, oh, I can't talk about this. People will think I'm crazy. And it was a long time before someone finally said something, and everyone else was like, you know what? Me too. Yeah, I'm also vibing that. Yeah, that sounds like how it would go. That sounds like how it would go. And it's kind of interesting that, you know, they heard news of a catastrophe happening in Ore, and then they kind of pieced that together with their calling from Coda. And that they, you know, they get there and they want to help the humans. The humans are like, nah, everything's been trying to kill us lately, so you just stay away for a while. Maybe you'll grow on us. And apparently they did eventually. So that is both insight into the Codan and also insight more into what is happening during that time period that we don't know much about. But that's it for today. So playable species spotlight the Codan. I would imagine then the next one is going to be the Asura, and I am guessing the last one will be the mystery one that we know nothing about. So still time to guess at things. Remember, they told us it was going to be new, so I don't think it's going to be Tengu or Largos or Dwarf or anything we've seen in the game before. I think they're cooking up something new, and then it's going to be something that we haven't seen in the previous Guild Wars games. It might have been in the literature, like the... I think they're called like the Marganites. Like, I don't know much about them. The name, you know, might be that, or it might be something completely different. But that's it for this blog post. If you got any questions, problems, thoughts, concerns, put them in the comment section down below, and I'll fight you there. There we go, chat. One take, no editing needed. Easy peasy. All right, I really hope the armor will be less funky than with Char and Guild Wars 2. I think the armor on Char and Guild Wars 2 is pretty good, other than like if they put like a two-handed thing on their back, it sometimes clips through their back. I dislike that. But I would say most of the armor for Char works pretty well. But, yeah, clipping is definitely an issue. Definitely an issue. All right, cool. With that, chat, it is 2 o'clock on the dot, the time I have to wrap up my morning stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this morning. As always, please hit the follow button on Twitch. Subscribe to my 2 YouTube channels if you haven't already. And a very special thank you to the patrons. They keep me in business. Could not do this without their help. And there's a link to that in the chat down below if you would like to become a supporter. Shilling complete, I am going to find someone to raid on the Twitch side as I wind down here. Let me see who is live. It looks like Madigan is doing some Guild Wars cooking or something, so I will go give Madigan some support. He's always really nice to us. And I will be back later this evening continuing Witcher 3, should you want to join us for that. See ya!
We're going to be making a little kind of my version of eggs